Okay guys, there's a couple of things that I'm asking you to bring to class, and you don't have to have all these things, but if you could find maybe 5 of the things that I'm about to go over. These are outlined in the PDF on the website too, but if you could find 5 of these things, it would definitely make life a lot easier in the studio. The first thing, if you have a sponge, just a regular old SpongeBob type sponge, cellulose. These can be cut into little tiny pieces and used for cleanup of your artwork or whatever you build. It can also just be a nice sponge that's yours, you know it's clean, and no one's like wiped up a bunch of red iron oxide and then you come along and use it the next day. We have a lot of sponges, but it's nice to have your own. Next thing is like a shoebox style box. You know, one of these Tupperware type deals. These fit in the locker really nice. I think 9 inches across is the biggest. You can get like a shoebox style at most stores for like $1. And it has a nice lid on it. All your supplies can go in there. One thing that I don't have here, but you might want to bring, is some clothes. An extra pair of sweats, or have some shoes. It gets pretty messy in here if you have a nice outfit on, or you want to wear something fancy. You want to have something to throw on over it so you can still work that day and not have to worry about getting clay all over everything. Plastic. The clear type of plastic works the best. You got some pretty big bags. If you have them, I would highly recommend dry cleaning bags. They work awesome. They're clear, you can see through them. Black garbage bags are okay, and grocery shopping bags can be pretty good. Sometimes those get holes in them. You kind of want something a little more flexible. So if you have some plastic, bring in a couple of bags. Level 2, you definitely want to bring in a bowl. I recommend it for all levels, but a bowl about this size is about the smallest you'd want to go. Bigger would be better, something that's going to fit in your locker. For holding water, if you don't want to use one of our pinch cups, level 2 and up, you're going to be throwing on the wheel. I don't really like to give out bowls. People forget that it's their bowl and leave it by the sinks. It's kind of annoying. So if you have your bowl, you're going to put a piece of tape on the side with your name on it. That way, if you leave your tools behind, you'll know where to find them the next day. I'll keep them for you. If there's no name on the bowl, I just put it back in the bowl cabinet. If you have these are great. You can make these into all sorts of cool little clay tools. Just plastic cards. This one's from Brunswick Zone. Maybe had some points left on it. I don't know. But you can cut these up into all sorts of little shapes. If you have a couple of these or some old expired cards, just bring them in. Pencil and eraser, self-explanatory. Now you might not think that's a big deal, but people show up to clay class and they don't have a pencil. It's nice to just throw one in your locker so that if you have to sketch, you got one. Next thing, go raid the junk drawer at home. Look at all this stuff. All these things, shells, whatever. This is like a bottom of a stool pad or something. I don't know. What's that? All these things can be stamped into clay. This is like a homemade wood tool. Little poker chips. Whatever you can find in the old junk drawer. What is that, a dinosaur claw? Little T for golf. Whatever you can find at home, you'd be surprised at the amount of junk you have laying around. Grab some of that stuff, and it can be used to stamp. This is probably the weirdest thing I have. It's someone's dental impression. Somebody's teeth. All right. Last thing is spray bottle. Some people have gone out and bought them just from Ace Hardware or the store. If you have like an old Windex bottle at home, make sure you empty out all the whatever's in there and you fill it with water. We have a bunch of these, but it's also, again, nice to have your own. That way you can keep it filled. You know it's there and ready to go when you need it. I will be giving you 4 main tools. This is a loop tool. It's great for incising and excising. There's some smaller versions of this, but this is a real popular tool. I'm going to give you a wood modeling tool. This is all sorts of handy. You can use this for lots of clay tasks, not just the two ends, but the side of it is nice as a straight edge or to rock back and forth in the clay. I'm going to give you a metal rib of death. So this is, you'll find out why it's called the metal rib of death. This is the most harmful tool that we have. Most people need band-aids after using this tool. Just don't run your fingers along the side like I just did. Always clean it this way, pulling the clay off of the side instead of running your fingers down. It's basically a big razor blade. So treat it like a knife edge. And the last tool is good old needle tool. This one looks dangerous, but not many people really hurt themselves with this guy. The end of this can be used as a decorating tool. Also, it's just nice to have these 4 main tools. We have lots of other tools in the studio, but if you can find 5 of those things that I just went over by the end of the week, or within the first week of school, that will be awesome.